Ayo, and welcome back to the Pick and Mix podcast. I'm your host Jake for this week, and in today's episode we're going to be reviewing the new project from Denzel Curry and Officer Kenny Beats, Unlocked 1.5. Now, before we get into this, I'm just going to clear up a few things that I didn't mention in the last episode discussing the future of this podcast. Me and Kit are going to collectively try to put some reviews out on here, so one week you'll probably hear a review from me, like this week for example, and then the next you'll probably hear a review from Kit, and then we'll try to do some episodes where we're both on it, you know, the whole pick mix, if you were to say. But yeah, today we're going to go over the new project from Denzel Curry and Kenny Beats. Now, let's talk about the singles first. The singles didn't really catch my attention, if I'm going to be honest. Just the idea of a remix album, at first, before I'd heard any singles, I was like, yeah, this could possibly work, this could be a fun little listen. But then when the singles came out, well, at first, I wasn't really rocking with it. So the first single we got was the GLASPER version of So Incredible. It's weird, you know, because it's just Denzel's a cappella placed on a completely new beat. And when I first heard it, I was just like, there's such a weird conflict here. So Denzel's vocals, you know, they're full of aggression. He's just there, he's doing his thing, he's going ham. And then the production is like really chill, sort of lo-fi to an extent. It gives that really chill vibe off, and I thought there was just a conflict at first, like it was weird to listen to. But now, you know, after this full project and I've heard it a bit more times, it kind of grew on me. The beats on this album, they're all good in a way, but my main issue, like I've just stated here, is that the vocals kind of conflict with a few of these, but we'll get onto that later. Then the second single we got from Denzel and Kenny Beats, it was the Cosmic Alchemist remix. The Alchemist production, it's weird, but weird in a good way. If I were to rank the singles, Cosmic just, it wasn't it, if I'm being honest. The production, it's great, the production's great, but does Denzel sound good on it? And my answer to that was simply no. I feel like the verses sounded like they fitted okay, but something about the hook, they felt like Denzel's vocals had been placed slightly off beat, which kind of put me off the song. But Mr. Joey Badass? Hello? Joey went ham on this song. I think that's the highlight of the song for me, personally. But getting on to the rest of the project, this project had some really nice features. We had Arlo Parks, who'd recently dropped a debut album, which is a great debut. We'll go into a track next, the third track. So track 07 was my least favourite of the OG Unlocked, simply because there wasn't much to it. It was an interlude per se, and I thought the sampling was kind of weak on the instrumental, and also because every other track kind of slapped on the project, so it's hard to pick. Arlo's voice is what I love about her most as an artist. It's really distinctive, it's really, I don't want to say out there because it's just a British accent. It's a standout voice. You'll know it's her by her voice. It's very defining. And I'm pretty much, there's not what to say about this track. You know, her writing's great, her singing's just, it's beyond me, it's great. But I'm very hyped for her work on the next Denzel Curry album. And then we'll move on past Cosmic, because I whined about that one a little bit. Luckily I didn't whine too much, you're lucky about that one. Then we go on to the Charlie Heat rendition of Take It Back version 2, which I found to be a very fun listen. You know, the jazz influence kind of implicated into the production. I think it kind of collides with Denzel's vocals, not a conflict, kind of collides in a really nice way. Like, well, many of the beats on this album, it kind of brings out another side of Denzel. Like, I know the vocals haven't been changed, but it just sounds like he was going for such a different direction with these vocals now. You've got this new production on it. You know, there's not too much to say about that one. It's definitely one of the best tracks here. Now, Pyro Leak was, it was a dirty banger on the OG one. But this one, you know, it's cool and all. The heavenly, like, angelic production on this one's really nice and really laid back and chilled that you can just sit back and vibe to. Denzel's vocals were extremely well on this one. But I think this might be an unpopular take, but I don't actually like Kenny Mason's feature here. And what I saw about this was that, you know, Kenny's flows are so interesting, and I'm just here like, really? Like, am I missing something here? I just didn't catch much of a vibe with Kenny here. But, Layup. This remix is, it's easily my least favourite track here. to say the least. But is it awful? Is it just a track that I'm going to leave alone completely? Not necessarily, but it's kind of extremely weak. So I think the main issue where this song struggles is the beat variation. So the beat is nice to listen to a point, but when you feel that hook come in, you'd expect the beat to have some variation to it, to change, build up, something magical, take me by surprise. But the beat just kind of stale after a while, and yeah, because like the OG version was like a smooth banger, and this remix is smooth, but it doesn't really bang, and it doesn't achieve the laid back vibe that it wanted to. But then oh my god, we have literally the best track on this project, Benny the Butcher featuring on the Diet 1.5 remix. Bro, treat the game like Trump voters did the Capitol building. Benny the Butcher here, he's just talking his shit. He does it so dirty, and I'm kind of happy they kept the original hook. But if I were to say my pet peeve about the track, this might just be me being awkward. But the transition from Benny's hard verse to the hook, it just feels very weird. Like there's definitely a weird transition effect there. But unlike the rest of the songs here, I'm very glad they stuck with the OG production, because Diet was one of the more popular tracks. So we conclude this project with the God Mode 950 version of Take It Back version 2. This track was just straight up forgettable for me. I don't remember much other than some odd vocal chops, some sped up vocals, and like a bit of nice drums placed around randomly. I don't really remember much about it. I think that's where it falls short. It's very forgettable. But there's just nothing I can say about it. There's nothing bad I can say about it. There's not much good I can say about it. But I'm looking online at people reviewing this project, and everyone be like, I'm disappointed in Denzel. You can't really be disappointed in Denzel here, other than giving the thumbs up for letting this project release, of course, because it may actually be the weakest in his discography. But Denzel has no new creative input on this project. There is nothing new from him to critique. It's just a matter of the features and the productions. Do they make these tracks better, or do they make these tracks worse? And I didn't actually really enjoy this project, and I didn't have high hopes. Like I think I stated that at the start, but I did not have high hopes for this project. But I can't be disappointed, because I didn't have high hopes. But the downfall to this project is simply the production and the features. And when I say features, I mainly mean Kenny Mason. No Kenny slander. I approve of Kenny Mason music that I've heard, but this just wasn't for me. I may have not been satisfied with this project. It may have not been a great drop from Denzel. It may have not been a great idea for him to release this, give the get-go on it. But if anything, I am extremely hyped for his 2021 album, especially if there's an Arlo Parks feature on it. But I'm going to conclude this review here. I'm going to give it a light 6 out of 10. I feel like that's fair. But if you are excited for more reviews from me, more reviews from Kit, just we'll see, truly seeing what we can just do with this podcast at this point. I'm excited, to say the least, for this now. But yeah, make sure to follow us on all platforms. Follow us at the Pick Mix Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. Make sure to watch us on the official YouTube channel. If you're watching it, you can see my ugly face on the camera right now. But yeah, until next time, goodbye.